Here is a small ornamental chalice I made out of an old hunk of olive wood. If you'd like to see how this is done, I'll take you through it step by step. First, I take this chunk of olive wood and kind of cut away the old parts, square it off a little bit, and then I'm going to put a circle on the top and cut the edges off. And I'll get something like this when I'm all done. Now, what I'm going to do is find the center of this block by just diagonals, and I'll take my little compass and whirl it around and get a vague idea of where that chalice is going to be. Now I'm going to take and cut the edges off. Be careful doing this. The first one's the most dangerous. After that you have a flat bottom, and I can just go ahead and slice off the edges and get a pretty good cylinder. This saves time when you're turning it on the lathe. There we go, and after I'm done with this, you can see my circle is still within those edges. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this clamp on the end. But this is for turning wood and making bowls, so I'll just drive a bunch of screws all the way around. And I pretty much have the center point. Now I can take this and put it on my lathe, and I'm going to take a 3/4 inch drill bit and get this center part kind of gouged out with a drill bit to start with. I'll go in once and pull it back out, empty the filings, and go back in again. Now after I've done that, I'm going to take this thin CA glue, and this is really important when you have an old piece of wood like this. I'm going to put it in all the cracks, and when I do it in the cracks, it almost makes it like a solid block of wood. The one thing you don't want is to have a piece of wood fly off and chip you in the head while you're turning. This is a little carbide tip, and look what I've done with it. I just take a little bit off and skin it, and I want to turn this into a cylinder so you can see I'm going along. And then I'll take another bowl gouge, and this is carbide tipped also. I'll go into that hole that I drilled, and I'll slowly chip away at it and get it all hollowed out. Notice I'm wearing a mask and I have dust cover on. When I get the depth I want, I can go out, and I just love the way this stuff streams off. It comes off almost like pieces of masking tape. Olive wood is so fun to work with. It seems to almost have no grain direction, but it's almost like cutting a piece of cheese. You don't get very much splitting or hang-ups. I'll take a little sandpaper, set it up to about 1100 RPMs, and sand off any imperfections I have. Now I'm going to go back and just take and cut a little line in here as I spin it around. And I'm going to use this line to put a wire into and actually burn a ring. Be really careful doing this. You get your finger in there and it's just like a piece of wire cutting cheese. Finger's going to be on the floor. So you just do this until you see a little smoke coming up. And when you've done it, take a look at your results. You get these nice dark burn lines in the wood. A little bit of sanding inside the chalice. And then I'm going to go and use a parting tool to part it away. I never go all the way through. I know a lot of really good wood turners are able to do that, but I go as far as I can. Now I'm going to take this CA thin glue again, and I'm going to use it for my finish. I put a little bit on a paper towel, not a cloth, a paper towel, and as it's spinning, I'll put it on there, and look at that color jump out. This is the most marvelous grained wood I've ever worked with. When you get done, it looks almost like marble swirling. And take a look at this feature. After I was done, I made a lid to put on here, and I wish I had put this on the video, but the lid is coming up real soon. But just look at that grain. For you woodworkers, this is just beautiful grain to work with. And then a second one I made is a little bit different. I made a dome top on the next one. And I just took a little piece of black walnut and made the cross. And this is the other one. And take a look at the shine you get off of that super glue. It's almost like dipping it in high gloss plastic. And that comes from not only putting the super glue on, but then sanding it with very, very fine micro mesh type sanding paper. Thank you for watching this. I appreciate you taking time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.